Thank you to Thermaltake, Lexar, and Height for sponsoring our CES coverage. Hello and welcome to the Scatterable channel, and today I'm going to show you what's new and cool with Thermaltake. Oh my, I held that. Okay, this is the thing that caught my attention here at Thermaltake's booth. This is the new Tower 300. Why this is cool is that despite its looks, I know it sounds expensive, but it actually isn't. It's $149, and it's a micro ATX and mini ITX exclusive tower style case. This obviously is in a yellow that I could easily rock on my own PC gaming setup because it totally meshed with the Scatterable colors. But this case has a ton of versatility and tech to it that I think at its price, it's actually not too bad. It does come with 2 included fans, and if you wanted to complete the Thermaltake ecosystem of fans with the Tower 300, it wouldn't be too much more because either way you need like either a 360 or 420 millimeter rad right here, which is going to be enough for an i9 or a Ryzen 9 processor. You have a fan right here, 2 more on the top. So actually, all things considered, this is almost a fully built out case as far as cooling goes. But it doesn't stop there with the Tower 300 in this really cool bumblebee yellow. You also have it in this turquoise color, this racing green color, and this matcha green color, which looks pretty suave. Now, this case may look like it's really intimidating to work on and such, but taking off these panels is actually really easy. You just press here on the front to take off this front panel, which grants you access to all the internals here on the inside of the case. If you wanted to take off these 2 extra side panels, not that hard as well. And one thing I was wondering about is, what about the graphics card? Because it's in a vertical orientation here, how can you kind of mess around with it? Well, if I'm able to turn around this case, you should just be able to press on this or take it off. And here you can easily just take out, remove, and put in whatever graphics card you want. So although this case looks like it isn't that serviceable, I'd argue that it's really accessible to the point where you can swap in and out components without too much hassle. So that was their Tower 300. Here is their new CTE E600. This yet again is a chamber style glass PC case where the front is glass and the side panel is glass. However, you can swap out the front here for a mesh front panel to allow you to fit even more fans into this case, which, speaking of, to my knowledge, you can fit fans here on the bottom, fans here on this back side, fans here on the front side with that front mesh panel, and more fans right here on the inside of the case, and 2 more on the top. So I think in total that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 case fans. And I think what was most striking is that this case physically actually isn't that big. And I know you may not be able to see it right now, but since the motherboard is mounted horizontally, Thermaltake was able to place the power supply right underneath the motherboard, which actually reduces the overall width of the case, which is nice to see because with a lot of these chamber style PC cases, they compensate for this really exposed looking interior for just being super wide because it of course has to fit, a power supply in the back. But with this being horizontal, it can go beneath. So physically, this is kind of an interesting case layout that actually works. And that same sort of functionality extends to the graphics card bracket. This here can be mounted here, a little bit farther back if you have a shorter graphics card, or on another mount here at the top, which I'll show you guys B-roll for all of that here. But the E600 has quite a bit of versatility, and it's definitely kind of like a modder's paradise, or someone who wants to fit a ton of fans for absolute cooling performance with this PC case. And MSRP wise, it does come in a little bit higher, I think at $180. But the people who are interested in this case are definitely going to penny up to build a nice PC in this system. Now, I know I just showed you guys 2 high-end PC cases that are both equally cool, but I do have some news for those of you who want a new budget CPU cooler, because Thermaltake is coming out with 3 new RGB CPU coolers, that being their Astria series. This is their 200 that comes with 4 copper heat pipes, starts at $34.99 with all of this RGB and their new fan that is just for this CPU cooler. Astria 400, $45. 5 heat pipes, greater DDP, and then you have the Astria 600, $70, even greater TDP, more cooling performance, RGB, all the cool stuff, and I think these could be maybe excellent options Ultimately, we won't know. We gotta see how they rank up versus other budget CPU coolers, but visually, I think they look good for the price. Then the last thing I want to show you guys here at the Thermaltake booth is that they are updating all of their power supplies. So as far as their standard ATX power supplies go, they now have the Toughpower TF3 lineup that goes all the way up to 1600 watts if you're that kind of crazy person, if you want to do that. But it also comes with the updated ATX 3.1 power specification. And additionally, and this is kind of the cool part, they have their new SFX lineup of power supplies that come with that ATX 3.1 certification and our 80 plus platinum. And just for reference, this right here is their old Toughpower SFX L power supply, 80 plus gold, 1000 watts. Here is their new version of that power supply, even smaller, true SFX 80 plus platinum. And there you have it. Those are some of the best bits I got from the Thermaltake booth here at CES 2024. Once again, that is quiet and that is fast. Thermaltake's new standing desk is actually kind of cracked, but thank you to Thermaltake for sponsoring this video as well as our other CES videos. If you want to check out more, please do like this video. That helps it out, but also consider subscribing to the Scatterable channel because we have more CES content coming up. Get ready, your sub boxes are about to be filled up. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching, and this is the Scatterable channel signing out.